It's great to welcome you back to Renton Sailing Center as we recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. We have put in place a plan to get you out sailing as much as possible following the Washington State phased approach and best management practices of the sailing community, all while keeping our members and guests as safe as possible. In Phase 1, current advanced members can sail single-handed or with members of their household as crew. In Phase 2, we can include beginner and intermediate members in open sailing in our mentorship program, so long as there are no more than 5 interactions with others outside your household per week. In Phase 3, we can begin offering sailing lessons, open sailing, skill building racing, and other programs that serve less than 50 participants. In all 4 phases, there will be some cleaning, sanitation, personal protective equipment, and distancing requirements. So please read and agree to the plan before you come sailing. If you decide to sail single-handed, be realistic about your ability to manage everything and recover from a capsize. In all cases, sail conservatively, near Renton Sailing Center, reef early, rig a masthead float, and set conservative wind limits and generally minimize the need for outside rescue. I've had a chance to test sail the plan, and it's not much more onerous than what is normally expected. First, be prepared. Bring your own life jacket, laundered sailing gloves, face mask, and hand sanitizer. Also, be prepared to bring biodegradable boat or dish soap and Clorox wipes to replenish supplies. Hey, if you're sick, stay home. Wash or sanitize your hands upon arriving and before rigging. Wear a mask at all times while you're on the dock to minimize transferring the virus. There is a theory that wearing a mask may induce drowning due to the gasp reflex. If you're suddenly capsized or overboard, so it's recommended that you remove your mask while underway. While in Phase 1, please coordinate with other advanced members so only you or your household is on the dock at a given time. During later phases, maintain 6 feet separation whenever possible. Now is not the time to hang out and socialize. Keep your food, water bottles, and sunscreen to yourself for now. Be sure to legibly list everyone in your crew in the logbook to aid in contact tracing if necessary. Also, note dates boats were used recently and select a boat that ideally has not been used in 3 days. Members are eligible for a discount at Fishery Supply to purchase life jackets, and for the time being, you're highly encouraged to bring your own. We will, of course, provide a PFD if needed. Beth is managing checkout of life jackets to our members for the season or temporarily if you're taking guests out sailing. Just wash it with soap and water, rinse, and hang to dry before returning. Upon returning to the dock, douse and furl your sails as usual and pull up to centerboard. Put on your mask and pull the boat back on the dock. If you're thinking of sailing single-handed, be confident in your ability to pull a dinghy up onto the dock by yourself. Now go wash or sanitize your hands. Since it's not recommended to put sails away wet, we will next roll up and put away the sails with washed hands. In the west dock box, you'll find boat or dish soap, a bucket, and a deck brush. Mix up enough soapy water to get the job done. The less it goes into the lake, the better for the environment. Put all the halyard, sheet, and control line bitter ends in the cockpit. Scrub the deck, cockpit, tiller extension, boom, lower masts and shrouds, and any other parts you have touched with soapy water. Then rinse with fresh water. Now you can coil and hang lines and finish unrigging as usual. If you use the gig harbor or coach boat, scrub it with soap and water. The gig harbor you can flip over to drain. The coach boat you'll have to pump out. Find and reuse a maintenance tag and label the starboard shroud last sailed and a date to help facilitate an ideal 3-day period between use. Lastly, grab a Clorox wipe and wipe everything you touched. Briefcase, keys, tools, pens, dock box handles, locks, gates, latch, and more. Thanks everyone for making Renton Sailing Center a fun, safe to go sailing, and we look forward to seeing you going out sailing as soon as possible.